Yeah, what's going on, Troy? Big Troy, what's good?
Chilling.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Just glad to have you on here on the IG Live. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up here for a little bit. I know you're out there in the West Coast, getting some work in. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Know that coming out of the DMV, Alexandria area, pretty much same area where I'm at. So know you've been doing your thing in the middleweight division so far. Word. So I know you had your most recent fight. Was just talking about it before you got on. Was last month, over at the Prudential Center. You scored that win there at the Prudential Center to stay undefeated. What did you think about how you was feeling during that fight?
I was feeling good during the fight. I felt like what I could have did better was I beat him on the inside. I felt like I could have boxed him better mid distance. I feel like when we was in the mid distance, I landed most of my cleaner shots. So I felt like I could have just kept it in the mid distance. I could have used my jab a little more, and then just kept it on the outside a little more. But as far as the performance goes, I felt like I did good. He was a tough, solid opponent. He called me out. He wanted to fight, so I took it to him, and I think that's what it was. Because he called me out and he kind of wanted to fight me, so I kind of took it a little hard. So I fought him. I fought his fight a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of like, made it a little bit, tough and rough a little bit and, made you scrap it out. But you were landing a much cleaner shots in a few of those. And a number of them were some big shots that, he took. So, I was thinking like, around that, fifth or sixth round, I thought you were, getting ready to get him out of there.
Yeah, I felt like I could have did, like if I would have landed, went to the body more and placed my shots to the body more, I probably could have got him out of there in the fifth or sixth. I felt like I ain't placed my punches well to the body. I felt like I ain't really sit on my punches a little bit more that fight. I was just so anxious on, beating him up because he called me out. So,
Yeah, so what do you think about, like, something like that, when Roy, kind of like came into the bout, like, with that type of energy, like he wanted to, get in there and scrap it out with you. Like, does it, like, affect your psyche a little bit as far as, like, your patience goes, like, early in the bout?
It don't affect my psyche, honestly. It just made me, like, maybe train 10 times harder. Like, these guys really think, that they can sleep, that they can beat me. So it just made me work a lot 10 times harder, because, I didn't fought at the top level, amateur, Olympics, Pan Am, stuff like that. So I didn't fought the best before. So it ain't no style out of face. So he didn't bring out anything that I haven't seen before. It was really just, it was just me doing, me not doing stuff.
Yeah, like you said, you had that amateur experience, multi-time national champion, all that in the amateur. So you pretty much like seen everything before, you started off as a pro. So, with something like his style, it's like, just taking the time to, be patient and then calm down and make the proper adjustments to, get the advantage in that particular fight. Yeah. And I know that, you had like, I was out there for that in Newark at the Prudential Center. I know you had like a good amount of support, coming there from the Virginia area and Alexandria too. So they, made the drive up. It's a, pretty good drive, about 4.5 hours or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you had that support coming in now.
Yeah, actually, so my people reside out of DC. So I'm from Southeast DC, Potomac Gardens. So, I got people coming up from both. People come up from Alexandria and DC. Most of my family comes up from DC, but I got a lot of friends and stuff that come up from Alexandria.
Word. That's what's up. What's up. Yeah. So, and, I know that you, coming up here undefeated, you're there around the middleweight division. What is it, like 9-0? I think I think the first fight that I've seen you in was like your third professional bout in Atlanta. I think you used to go like a second round or third round knockout.
It was the first. That was the first round.
Yeah, first round there. So I mean, you've been handling business there in the professional level, and like you said, in the amateurs, multi-time national champion. You fought like a good amount of fighters that doing that thing. Currently in the middleweight division, and one particular fighter that is doing the thing in the lower division that has a big fight coming up too that some people might not know about. But like you said, you had that extensive career there as an amateur. Like, what did you like kind of like learn the most about having those various fights as an amateur before you started as a pro?
And I got to the top level as an amateur, so there ain't no way I can't get to the best, be the top level as a pro. So I didn't been there. I didn't fought the best. Even when I was, counted out, there was a bigger guy, a bigger name than me at a tournament. I had to beat them to get all the eyes on me. So I ain't really worried about that. I know, as long as I work hard, stay focused, and believe in myself, I can get there.
Yeah, gotcha. Now you are currently, like I said, undefeated, and you kind of like working out there in the West Coast area. Like, what is it to kind of like make that adjustment? I know that you've been back and forth around there a few times. So what is it like making that adjustment, like 3-hour adjustment sometimes?
I mean, it's something to get used to. I like to come in at night, so I sleep. So that's why I like to come in. I like to catch like come in on a later time. I like to come in like 10 or 11, so I can go to sleep. As far as me coming in like 4, then I go to sleep, and then my time and way off. So it's I'm used to it now. As far as in the U.S., it don't really bother me, but because when we was on Team USA, we would go to 8-hour or 10-hour difference. So and we would have to really stay up. They would be like, you can't go to sleep. Like you really got to stay up. You feel me? So I'm used to it now, but on Team USA, it was a lot harder getting used to it for sure. Like going to Bulgaria, or going to Japan, or going to Kazakhstan and stuff like that. It was real hard getting used to that time now.
Yeah, it'd be real wild to get up to those time zones, and also the atmospheres and elevations too that you got to get used to, or the climate. So that's a couple of things that you had to get used to as an amateur before getting ready for those bouts. And that kind of like prepared you. Once you started your professional career, and I know like in your pro debut, that was kind of a scene there because it was, as they said then, at the bubble. Pretty much there at the MGM. So
I ain't like the bubble. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
I ain't like it. Yeah. I ain't really like it. It was no fans. Like it was just weird. It was weird. I ain't like it. I'm happy. I'm so happy I got the tail end. I got the tail end of the bubble. Then my very next fight, they let the fans come back in. So
yeah,
I was happy about that.
Yeah, but it was just wild because you would come in there and you couldn't do nothing. You couldn't, man. Once you hit Vegas, you had to go straight to the hotel. You couldn't go nowhere. You was locked in your room and all that type of stuff, and doing all the testing and everything. It was, man, that thing was being in solitary or something. I'm like, come on, man, it'd be like, man, that just was unfair. You know what I'm saying?
It was different. It was definitely different. It was different. It was definitely something to get used to.
Yeah. But like I said, you were able to, get that start and then just get comfortable there as a pro. And like you said, you ain't pretty much seen anything from it. Like as an amateur, you pretty much see for the who's who, in the amateurs too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, some of them are competing in the middleweight division right now too. So you kind of say hey, I'm building up, but there ain't really no type of atmosphere that I ain't been around already.
Right. Yeah. That's right on. That's how I was feeling.
Word. So, out there training the West Coast, I don't know if you'll be back and forth around Vegas or whatnot, Vegas, Los Angeles, or whatever it is.
I'll be in Vegas, and then if Coach Al Mitchell, I train with him. I go to Marquette, Michigan, so I split my time there.
Word.
What's up, Cray? Fair shake. What's up?
Yeah. Shout out to all those listening live right here with us with Troy Isley. You know what I'm saying? Real quick before I get more into your thing there as a pro, know that you have a nickname there, the Transformer. Where did that come from?
So two things. I'm quiet, I'm humble, I'm real laid back. I don't give that type of that loud, boisterous type of energy. I give that he ain't gonna do nothing type of energy. And then whenever I fight at a show, I'll light it up.
Yeah.
And then after the fight, everybody can I take a picture with you? Can I do this? Or when you turn pro, you're gonna be like that. And then also like that, and then just being overlooked. People like he's not gonna do nothing. And then when I fight, K was just like, every time he fight, everybody coming up to him and stuff like that. But before the fight, nobody really fucking with him. So K was just like, we're gonna call you the Transformer.
Yeah.
Cause
So
you quiet, you quiet, you chill, you laid back, you well mannered, so you don't get that kind of vibe that you're gonna really fuck somebody up. And then when you get in there, it's like, damn, he angry, like he got that toughness, that you feel me? You got that dog, you got all that. You feel me? I don't portray that type of energy, so that's why when I get in the ring, I transform.
Yeah, transform that energy. Yeah, like I was out there the thing for Newark, like, I was photographer out there, so I caught a few of those pictures, man. And yeah, you was like really out there, ready to get at them, man. So, that's the thing. But like you say, sometimes, you be quiet, hey, like they say, gotta watch out for them quiet ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know. You never know them quiet ones. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you had your fight there in April in Newark, and know that you're, doing some work. We got some in the works coming up later in the summer. So you want to, drop a date or something like that?
So that man, they saying July 22nd right now on the Tulsa, Oklahoma, and on the Cambosis undercard, and I think Keyshawn Davis gonna be the co-man.
Oh, word. So you have that Virginia connection. Keyshawn Davis was part of that card in Newark also.
Right.
You also had his brother on there, Kelvin Davis. So you have the Virginia connection. Norfolk, Alexandria, DMV, and all that too. So, but I know that you kind of like work with the Davis brothers a few times.
Yeah.
So how was it like working around with them?
Man, they're my brothers, man. I didn't know the Davis brothers since my very first fight. I fought one of their teammates. So and then we would always see each other at Silver Glove States, at JO States, at Golden Glove States, or whenever we went to nationals, like the Junior Worlds and stuff like that, we'd always kick it. We always see each other. So them my brothers, like they're my brothers. And then they moved to my side of town, in Virginia in 2016, and started training with K and stuff like that. And we just got closer. And then we made the team. Me and Keyshawn made Team USA. And from 2017 through 19, we did our thing on Team USA, and then we went to the Olympics 2021. So, that's my brother, my day one brother. We talk all the time. And I'm blessed to have him, in my corner for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I know that, he was out there, with the support too, in that last joint too, when they had that fight over in Newark, because he was out there for his brother and out there for you. Like I said, you had that Virginia connection. Also you're talking about your coach there, Coach K, who's been, a long time coach in the amateurs, but also, coaches multiple fighters, including yourself there in the professional. So, what is it like working with K Karoma?
I mean, it's good. K like a second dad to me. So K didn't see me. K know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna act. K just know me like a book. So you feel me? It's an honor, working with K, and it's an honor that he always been real, and he always kept that same love since from day one. He never changed on me. So that's just an honor, and I love him.
Word. I didn't, even mention brother Shakur Stevenson, of course, multi-division world champ that, was also from the Alexandria area too. So I know that you've been out there in the gyms with him, also with the Coach K. So
Coach
so
K,
how's it like working with Shakur? Because I know Shakur be like on another level sometimes there out in the gyms too.
I mean, it's good working with Shakur. Shakur, another one of my brothers too. So Shakur helped. I wouldn't say put me on, but when Shakur came to the gym, we was always a low key gym. I was always a good fighter, but I was real low key. We didn't really have a lot of eyes. So when Shakur came, Shakur kind of brought the eyes. And then when they would come to the gym to watch Shakur, they would see me spar. So that's kind of like how Top Rank, how Jay Prince, how people would start paying attention to me. So, I thank Shakur all the time for, paving the way. And then also, he showed me the steps of how to get to the level I'm at now. You feel me? Right after he made the Olympic team and won the silver medal in 2016, I followed behind him. I didn't win the medal at the Olympics, but I basically did the same process. I made the team. I medaled at Worlds and I medaled at Pan Ams, but I fell short at the Olympics. But I did basically the same process. Right after he left the limits and then signed with Top Rank. I made Team USA, did the yearly process, and then signed with Top Rank, and basically the same thing he did. So, I thank Shakur all the time for, paving the way and, just bringing the eyes to me.
Yeah, that, pretty much like gave you a blueprint of, how to handle things, like I said, as an amateur, and then, getting that next step as a professional and, doing the thing as a professional there. Because, like I said, I mean, you've been part of his cards there. Like I said, over in Newark, and also the one that I was at in Atlanta where he, fought Jamel Herring there in that one too.
Yeah.
So.
I fought on the one before that too, the Jeremiah Nalakina one too. I fought on that one too. Yeah. I got the 4th round TKO on that one.
Yep. So, like you said, I mean, you're humble, laid back, outside the ring, but inside the ring is a whole different story. It's like, you got to watch out for you. You know what I'm saying? But, you're there in the middleweight division. Like you said, you have something in the works for July 22nd. What is like a couple of things that you want to see, you want to try to work on a little bit more as you kind of develop as a professional?
So I mean, I watch a lot of James Toney, so I'm trying to get that. I'm already comfortable on the inside, so I'm trying to get like that defense down packed. So I'm watching a lot of James Toney, then as well, working on fighting on my back foot. I ain't gonna be able to press everybody out, so I got to work on boxing people and moving. If I got to move around for like 6 rounds till his power go down, you feel me? Stuff like that. So just work on different tricks, working on my footwork, working on my defense, working on, moving around, and working on my overall ring generalship and boxing ability, knowing what to do at the right time.
Gotcha. Yeah. Pretty much it's all about timing, in the game of boxing. If you, hit the fighter at the right time, it's, better than, trying to get the most out of your punch. If you hit him at the right time, it doesn't really have to be a really hard punch. As long as it's like at the right time, you pretty much get him. And, you talk about James Toney, like I call him like a fighter's fighter. Like he worked like a absolute dog, not just, inside the ring, but in the gym. Like he was just crazy with it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have like guys like James Toney or, who else would you kind of like say that you do some, research on or watch?
James Toney, Vander Holyfield, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, and Roy Jones.
Okay, yeah, that's a list right there. Yeah, that's definitely a list right there, man. You have Roy
Marvin
Jones.
Marvin Hagler too, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard too.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a great list. That's a great list right there.
Mainly the middleweight. So I'm all right, but mainly my main 5, I'm gonna say Sugar Ray Leonard. I like how he finished and put his combinations together. Hagler, because I think I portray a little bit of Hagler and Toney, how they tough, they rugged, you feel me? How they tough, they rugged, they dogs. And then Andre Ward, he my size, he know how to move, you feel me? You know how big people they move, they get tired, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Andre my size, he know how to move, you know how to adjust, you know how to make the right moves. He the same size as me, so I watch Dre for that. And then I mean, I watched Roy. Obviously, Roy had an offensive game, and then also, sometimes I shy away from taking risks. I take risks at the right time. So Roy definitely took a lot of risks, but took smart risks. So I watched a lot of Roy for that as well. And then he had a great offensive game too as well. So.
That's definitely a good list there. Fighters said that we're in the middleweight and super middleweight divisions that you can body yourself after. So. That's something that, kind of like use as a blueprint as you, develop yourself as a fighter there. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely looking forward to seeing all that here. But, what would you say is something that you want to do within the next, I would say like 2 to 3 years? Like, would it be like, still doing your thing in the middleweight division, or do you see yourself like, I know you're young there, like 24, 25 years old, so maybe you might have, some time to grow still, you know what I'm saying?
I think I'm gonna be at middleweight for a minute. I think I'm gonna run it everything at middleweight, get all the belts at middleweight. So I see myself standing at middleweight for a minute. I'm trying to be the king at 160 for a minute. Ain't nobody took over 160 in a while, so I'm trying to do that. Yeah, so I'm trying to do that, and then I mean, I wouldn't say maybe like another like 4 years from now, I'll probably move up. I see, because I'm muscular and stuff like that, so I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like middleweight division, you barely have had, any type of unifications for some time.
Yeah, the big guys, they all want to fight Canelo. They looking for the big fights. They're not really trying to fight each other.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
In our division.
They trying to cash in on the ticket instead of just trying to scrap it out amongst themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen guys in the middleweight division. Some have like moved up to the middleweight division, been like a top contender, and ain't even fought for any of them belts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So definitely. Want to see you get up there and get to that particular level. Like you said, you've seen like most of these guys, especially those that are around your age range. You fought them in the amateurs. You know their mannerisms. You beat them in the amateurs too. So it won't be much of a surprise if you run into one or two of those guys again. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Word. So, like I said, you're there under Top Rank, and I named a few fighters that you have worked with. Of course, those fighters from Virginia, the Davis brothers, Shakur Stevenson, and others. Who else have you kind of like run into as far as like work with, or kind of like guys advice from or whatever?
I mean, I've talked to. So I mean, I work with Swift, Jared Hurd. 2 camps for Jared Hurd, when he fought J-Rock, and then when we fought Cuba. And I worked with Terrence Crawford a few camps as well. And then, I mean, I've got advice from a lot of people. I mean, I be getting a lot of advice from Sean Porter. I got some advice for him this weekend. He said we going to talk. I got his number, so I be calling him all the time. So Sean Porter, Bud be giving me advice too. I talk to a lot of the boxer people on the Top Rank side, everybody like the sports broadcasters and stuff like that, like Dre and Tim on the boxing side. So I be getting a lot of information from them. So I mean, I'm a gym, so I go around, you know what I'm saying, and go to all the top guys and be like, what could I have done better? And you feel me? I'll kind of get the assessment from all of them, and then put it together and just come up with one little assessment of what each one of them said.
Yeah, gotcha. You pretty much should, be like a sponge listening to what, all of them, saying, and just kind of get the advice from each one of those guys there. So that's definitely a good thing there to, look up to a lot of those guys, or to also see, what's going on with your peers around there. So definitely had that. Pretty much like, got a few minutes left here before you, get out and get back at it. Was there like anything you would want like folks to know that they probably know already about the Transformer Troy Isley?
I mean, Transformer like to eat. He like to try 5-star restaurants wherever he at. So when he travel, I like to travel, go different places. I like to eat at the best restaurants. I like to shop. I like clothes. I like tennis shoes, and that's about it for it.
All right, so how many pairs of shoes do you got right now? Tennis shoes that you got? How many shoes
I got right now? I mean, I got the containers. So I mean, I've been collecting since 9th grade. So, I mean, I'm gonna say, I got over 100 for sure. I got over 100 for sure.
So yeah. So your shoe game definitely on point. Yeah. You got all that. So man, that reminded me of way back. I know they ended this, but like you know how they have. You heard of East Bay?
Yeah, East Bay. Yeah. The little booklet, right?
Yeah.
Booklet, yeah. I remember East Bay.
Yeah. They used to have all them shoes out there in the catalogs. You used to just order them shoes from the catalogs there, man. So that
how long they take to come?
Like back in
how
the
long
day.
did they take to come?
Huh?
How long did they take to come?
Sometimes back in the day it was like a couple of weeks or whatever it is, but nowadays, it's just a few days or whatever it is,
Nah, I don't be watching no tennis, bro. Look at him. We Calvin Thomas. I be watching tennis. I don't be watching no tennis.
Word.
Now I ain't gonna cap though. I ain't gonna say I don't watch it. I did want to go to a few at the Olympics, but that's the only thing that I was mad about at the Olympics, bro. They ain't let us watch none of the people play, bro. That was the only thing I was pissed off about. I couldn't go watch nobody play.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the swimming, the volleyball. I wanted to go watch everything. And I lost early too, so I'm like, bro, I'm like, dang. So you feel me? But it was cool.
That be the thing. Like you be out there and then they like you just locked in to just do your event. You can't even go out to none of the other events. It's just like you be out there, that first day. And then you'll be out there with all the athletes the first day, but then you go into the village and you can't really do nothing to go out nowhere until the joints.
I mean, okay, all right. So once my tournament was over, I mean, the village is you can mingle with anybody in the village. The village is free, and then you could go mingle around Tokyo all day if you wanted to. I just wanted to go experience watching somebody. Or watching, Kevin Durant, or watching, I met KD and I met Damian Lillard, but I just didn't have the experience to watch them play. You feel me?
Word. Yeah, this what's up. Oh yeah,
Golden Boys, what's he talking about, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know, man. It looks like I think that they know you, but yeah. It was just Golden Boy.
Yeah, no, that's my man. He a big fan, but I don't know what he talking about right there.
Yeah, I don't know what he talking about, man. But yeah, man, what is it, about 6 o'clock there, man? But yo, big ups for taking the time here to chat up with the Boxing Source, man. And we'll definitely be catching up later when we get more news on your upcoming fight that's coming up in the summer.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, man. No problem. Thank you for having me, and anytime, man. Just let me know.
All right, that'll work, yo. No doubt.
All right.
All right, bet.